Hello, I'm Coach Frank Allocco, and today I'd like to speak to you about lessons learned from St. Peter's. This past weekend, I had the pleasure to coach the 7th grade NorCal elite basketball team. At the conclusion of the game, we gathered our team together for some parting words, focusing on effort, intensity, and attitude. We talked about the importance of giving your best on every possession, of never taking a play off. That effort and intensity truly are the great equalizers that allow teams with less talent to compete with more gifted teams. We spoke about the importance of attitude and trust, how confidence is gained through repetitions, and how the teams that work the hardest are the last to quit, as they have paid too great of a price and refuse to let themselves or their teammates down. I shared how lucky we all were to have so many lessons taught to us by Coach Shaheen Holloway and the St. Peter's basketball team. This team of overachievers captivated America as we watched them knock off number 2 seed Kentucky, number 7 seed Murray State, and number 3 seed Purdue on their challenging journey through March Madness, becoming the first 15th seeded team to advance to the Elite Eight. St. Peter's faced almost every competitive disadvantage compared to the other teams in the field. Coach Holloway's salary was one of the lowest Division I salaries in the country. Their staff consisted of 2 paid assistant coaches and a volunteer assistant coach. St. Peter's operating budget for basketball is the lowest in the Metro Atlantic Conference. Despite all these drawbacks, this proud team made a run at a national title, defeating programs with coaches earning between 10 and 30 times more than Holloway, and operating budgets as much as 12 times greater than the Peacocks. So what was the equalizer? How did St. Peter's compete against teams loaded with 4- and 5-star players that had better facilities and more resources? The first element leading to their unprecedented run was the vision and firm commitment of their leader. I remember Shaheen Holloway competing every day on the hard courts at the 5-star basketball camp in Honesdale, Pennsylvania. I enjoyed following him in his storied high school career at St. Patrick's School in Elizabeth, New Jersey. At 5'10", he was an undersized guard with an oversized heart, a dedicated player who took pride in giving 110% effort at all times. He competed in every practice and game possession as if it were his last, and he built habits that would endure throughout his entire life. Shaheen stood tall among the elite players in America, garnering All-American honors and earning the Most Valuable Player award in the prestigious McDonald's All-American game. Coach Holloway was an overachiever with confidence earned through those countless repetitions, and a guy who approached his playing and coaching career with a simple promise to his teammates and team members. His commitment assured them that if they would give him 100%, he would give them 200%. The St. Peter's team came to the NCAA tournament with a firm belief that they belonged in the tournament and that they could win. They came into March Madness with a chip on their shoulder, with something to prove. They refused to be overwhelmed by the obvious advantages held by most of the NCAA tournament field. In fact, Coach Holloway said, I got guys from New Jersey and New York City. You think we're scared of anything? You think we're worried about guys trying to muscle us and tough us out? Our bodies probably don't look like it, but these guys play very hard and very physical. That St. Peter's team, they did not pass the eye test, but their competitive fire and their belief in each other passed the heart test as they shocked the world game after game. Their incredible historic run ended this past weekend, but the lessons they left for future generations of competitors will always be there and will always remain as one of the greatest stories of this year's NCAA men's basketball tournament. Coach Holloway's approach to the challenge of navigating one of the toughest draws in NCAA history was similar to his self-description of his experience as a player and his approach to life. He said, I was a decent player. I was small. People counted me out. So I had something to prove every time. So I coach that way. I am so grateful for the amazing ride and the passion that we got to witness for 3 rounds in March of 2022. The efforts of this special team not only achieved success on the courts, they brought national exposure to the university and truly enhanced, elevated, and enriched the educational opportunities for current and future students. And as I told the youngsters that I am so blessed to coach, they will never play in a youth game where they will ever face the daunting challenges faced by St. Peter's. But they must believe they can be successful. I hope that they and future generations of players will learn from the example of St. Peter's and embrace the lesson that commitment, toughness, and belief in each other can overcome the advantages of talent and resources in all competitive environments. Keep listening, keep learning, and strive to be your best. And remember, excellence doesn't take days off.